Hi, this session will be for postnatal recovery. And this session in particular will be for our mums that are struggling. They're very sore, very tired, not getting much sleep, and they had quite an abrupt introduction into motherhood, in that the birth was quite challenging, more so than normal. Of course, all birth is challenging. So we're going to go super gently. Emphasis is going to be on relaxation. We'll begin just in a seated position. We're going to support the pelvis with some padding. So I'm going to take a block and a cushion now and just pop that underneath the hips. Okay, so that will take some pressure off the lower back, and it also gives some padding to the perineum as well, and to the sitting bones. Okay, and to begin, we'll just draw nice and tall through the spine. If there's any discomfort in the knees when you go into this position, we can also take some blocks and just give how does that work with me? Yeah, just around about there. Just sliding those underneath the legs just to take a little bit of pressure off the knees. And that feels really nice and supportive now. Okay, so again, just nice and tall through the spine. Just let the hands relax down, like I said, either onto the knees, or we can just rest the hands into the lap. And then just using the breath to bring ourselves into the present moment, into our body. When mothering is challenging, we can often focus on what's just happened, or the day before, or what someone said to us a week ago, and it can really affect our present moment with our baby and take up that time, which is a shame. So I find the more you practice just being in your body and in the present moment, the more you can enjoy your children and your babies. So again, just bringing our awareness to your breath. Slow, deep inhale and exhale. As you breathe in, feel the expansion across the back ribs, side ribs, front of the chest. Abdomen is relaxed. Okay, and then just bringing the hands in front of the heart in prayer position, Sanjali Mudra. From here, we'll just take a slow, deep inhale. We'll chant Om to open the session. So deep breath in. Om. And then we'll press the hands away, interlacing the fingers, reaching the arms up. Exhale, let the arms reach out and down. Let the hands just drop behind the hips on the mat, lifting the heart, lifting the chest. I'm just on my fingertips to take any pressure off the wrists. And then just coming back to neutral from there. Let's do it again. Interlacing the fingers, reaching up. When I take the arms up, I'm only coming up about 75% of the way. I'm not taking them all the way back, just to help keep the spine in alignment and to prevent the shoulders from lifting up high. And then again, reaching out and down. Again, fingertips just resting back, lifting through the heart, lifting the chin. And then release from there. Okay, bringing one hand down to the ground. Now, other arm just reaches up and over, releasing the arm down in front of the face. And again, breath in, exhale, again down. Let's do one more either side. So again, coming down, breath in, breath out, releasing down from there. Change the cross of the legs now. So bringing the other one in front just to even up the hips there. Okay, coming into Mothering Lotus Mudra now. This is a lovely mudra sequence just to help settle the energy and to call in our more feminine energy, our Shakti energy. So bringing the backs of the hands together, the fingers point towards the heart. We're reaching the arms forwards now, and then we're simply drawing back in, retracing our steps, heel of the hands together, reaching out with the fingertips. And then again, reaching forwards, drawing in, spread the fingers and thumbs, And then again, reach, drawing in. And the extended fingers and thumbs just resembles the lotus flower. One more time. And drawing back in from there. Good. Relaxing the hands down. Let's come on to hands and knees now. So we'll just move into a box position. So just popping the props to one side. You can always have a little bit of padding underneath the knees using a blanket. Or if you don't have blankets, you can just fold them out over double. I've done that before. Okay, so just getting a little movement into all the major joints, the pelvis, shoulders and spine. So I've got my knees a little bit wider than the hips and the hands are as wide as the mat. We're slowly and gently moving all the way around. Coming back round the other way now. Breath in, breath out as you move back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Breath in and breath out. Okay, and then just coming all the way back to center from here. Moving up into cat stretch, drawing chin towards the chest. Releasing down. One more time, again curling up. And just deep sigh out, coming down. Let's drop the hips back towards the heels. Knees nice and wide. It's a little bit tricky to get the hips onto the heels. Maybe the hip flexors are very tight or the glutes are very tight and it's restricting that movement. Or maybe she's just got more of an abundant body, larger body, and the hips just don't reach the heels. In which case we can prop in between. So just taking either a folded up cushion or pillow, or if you've got a bolster, even better, just placing that between the hips and the heels. This also helps to take a little bit of pressure off the knees. So again, just reaching forwards, head relaxed down. Feels pretty nice on the back as well. And now I'm going to slide the left hand underneath the right arm. So I'm just letting that left shoulder drop down towards the floor. My torso is rotating towards the right a little. My neck is nice and relaxed. So good rotation through the spine. And then coming back to center. Other side, just threading all the way under. Again, just dropping right shoulder down towards the mat. Neck again is nice and relaxed. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, exhale. And then just slowly coming all the way back to center from here. Okay, coming on to hands and knees now into box position. Just pop the bolster to one side for a moment. And we'll just open across the chest. So as they are drawing on a bow and arrow, so just gently drawing up and open, lifting the gaze. Hold there, one more breath, and release the hand back down to the mat. Other side, keep the breath nice and deep. Coming up, a little rotation there. The shoulders are drawing down away from the ears. Inhale, exhale. And then again, just slowly coming all the way down. We'll bring now the hands back towards the knees and just slowly roll up through the spine. Let the hips press forwards a little. Hands to the lower back as you lift through the heart. The shoulders are drawing back and down. Just a real tiny movement there. And then just coming all the way back down to sitting. So let's just bring the legs out in front. We'll take a supported forward fold now. So taking a bolster or whatever you happen to have. You can take a couple of blocks here just so I can elevate the end of the bolster. So bringing that up to me rather than me having to reach all the way down to meet it. And then from here, I'm going to round the spine a little as I let the head just relax down onto the bolster. I'm going to be here about a minute. Now, if she needs something underneath the hips as well, just to elevate those, please set that up. Otherwise, we're just going to round the spine. The reason I'm saying round the spine is if you come into flat back position and come forwards from there, You're going to be here a little while. And this could possibly put quite a lot of pressure on the lower back. If we round the spine a little, it works into the middle back a bit more, into the thoracic spine, and it also helps take pressure off the lower back. Okay, so again, just letting the head relax down. So just the forehead on the end of the bolster. Slow, deep breath in and out. And while you're here, as you breathe in, feel the back ribs expand. So really feel that expansion. Slow, deep inhale, exhale. Allow the jaw to soften. Allow the neck and shoulders to completely relax. Good. Taking 5 more breaths here. See now if you can make the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. And again, deep breath in. Slow, deep exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Walking the hands back towards you now. Taking your time as you slowly come all the way up. Or just pop the bolster to one side. From a seated position now, we'll just draw the right leg back. So just wrapping the left arm around the right leg, other hand to the floor behind, and let the hand move away from you a little bit so you can just lean back a little. This will make space for the chest area and abdomen, so it's not all squashed up and uncomfortable. And it just feels quite nice on the back as well, just to lean back a little. Okay, and then from there, if you wish, you could extend the left arm so you can press it against the arm, against the leg for a little bit more leverage. We're not going to do that if she had a C-section. We're going to keep it here. Okay, and then release. It's coming back round to center, switching up sides. So drawing the other leg back. And again, just supporting the spine by leaning back onto the hand and arm, little rotation there. Shoulders again, drawing back and down. Chin level to the floor. Inhale, exhale. And then just coming all the way back round to center. Okay, from here now we'll come into a supported cobbler's pose. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can set this up. It depends what props you've got available. So it can work really well to thread the bolster underneath the legs, and then they are really supported, but you've got that nice relaxation effect on the hips. So just starting to gently release the psoas muscles. You might find though, if the bolster is quite chunky like this one, that then throws the pelvis back, in which case you take another prop, a block in this case, and just pop that underneath the hips. Okay, all right, so that feels super comfy now. Minimum stress on the hips, where we're just using the weight of the legs to passively release the psoas muscles, which, if she's experienced any birth trauma, will be quite tight at the moment. So they just need a gentle encouragement to start to relax. Otherwise, it can really pull on the lower back, it can pull on the pelvis and create quite a lot of discomfort. So just letting the hands press down onto the feet or lower legs now. Taking a breath in, exhale, gently folding down, let the chin draw in towards the chest, so the back of the neck is nice and long. And again, we're just going to focus on breathing into the back ribs as we did a moment ago when we were leaning forwards onto the bolster. So slow, deep inhale, slow, deep exhale. Again, back of the neck is nice and long. And as she starts to feel better through the weeks, we can take this bolster away, replace it with blocks so they're a little bit lower, and then eventually take the blocks away as well. But there's no rush. There's no rush to do that. At the moment, we just really want her to feel supported in her practice. One more breath here. And then take your time now to slowly come all the way up from there. Okay, good. Coming over onto our backs now, but again, we're going to be using the bolster. Now, so it's a little easier to get into, I'm going to elevate the end of the bolster with a block or two. So 1, 2. Okay, and if you've got a bolster like this that is a bit floppy, you might just need something in the middle there as well. So I'm going to try using this cushion, and I think that will be just around the right width. Yes, I think so. That's it. And that way you've got a nice long line there. Okay, so I'm simply now letting the legs relax out in front. And from here, I'm relaxing down onto the bolster. Make sure you use your arms to support. And then just letting the head release down. Now, if she's become quite rounded in the upper back or even middle back, or she just has that postural type, bringing the head back like this might throw the neck out and put the neck in extension. So if she's kind of like this with a big space between the chin and the chest, we need something else under her head. So either a folded up towel or blanket or another cushion. We really want the neck to be nice and neutral. The arms are relaxed out to either side. Again, if they don't comfortably reach the floor, you can take a block underneath the forearm. So it'd be just resting under so the arms can comfortably reach the floor. My legs are just relaxed on the floor, but you've got variations you can do there as well. So you can place a belt around the legs to keep them supported. Halfway down the lower leg is a good place to put it. Or from there again, we can come to cobbler's pose, but I would definitely again support the legs as we just discussed if you're doing that, because this can be quite strong on the pelvis and a little bit too much for the psoas. And then what happens is the psoas tightens up further, which we don't want. So I'm just going to stay here instead. Now let the jaw relax a little bit, let the face relax too. And to help the face relax, because once the face is relaxed, the neck will relax. Once the neck is relaxed, shoulders will relax, and so on. We're going to take 3 lion breaths, and I really want you to really stick the tongue out, really open the mouth nice and wide. So we work into this joint here, this joint of the jaw. So again, slow deep breath in. And that feels really good on the face. You might find certain clients are a bit shy about doing that. When I get that kind of client, I get them to do it when they're in a position on the hands and knees, and I might put it in with a cat stretch instead or something like that, so they're not quite so shy. So we're just using the arms here to help open the chest. So it's literally the weight of the arms is helping to stretch the front of the shoulders open across the chest. It's a really nice position to take if you have a lot of anxiety residing around the heart center. And you've also got the rib cage really open here, which means the lungs can fully expand and retract. Okay, we're taking 2 more breaths. And it might be as you observe your mother, your lady, you might find they start to really relax down into this, in which case it will be a shame to move her out of this now, so you can leave her there a little bit longer. I'm going to carry on through a few more things so you have them in your toolbox. So bending the legs, rolling to the side, coming over again onto hands and knees. We'll keep the hips nice and high now as we again reach the arms forward. So it's going to be like a very modified puppy pose. So hips up, arms reaching forwards, head is relaxed down. Deep breath in and out. Walking the hands back towards you. Take your time now as you come all the way up. We'll come into Virasana, into hero pose. Again, I find this beneficial to sit up onto a bolster. I find it's less strain on the knees and ankles. So again, you can offer that. I think for most people, when they're early postnatal, sitting directly down onto the heels is a bit hardcore on the joints and also circulation. So nice to have some props. Okay, so let's from here take the arms behind, taking hold of by the elbow. We're rolling the shoulders back and down, lifting through the heart. Again, the face should feel a little bit more relaxed now. Deep breath in and out. And we're just working the hands along to either elbow as you open across the chest. So after 3 or 4 breaths, if that's feeling good, we can interlace the fingers behind the back, reaching the arms away, letting the breastbone lift. Good. And if the hands don't quite reach together, but if you think you can progress to stretch from here, then we can take a band. I quite like these bands, but you can use a yoga belt too, or just a towel, and reach the arms back, but you've got the hands apart. So chest is pressing forwards, arms are reaching back and holding it there. And then you can work towards getting the hands together over a number of weeks. Sometimes people are just built that the hands don't comfortably come together. They're quite broad across the shoulders. Bringing the hands together will just not be that great for them. So having some sort of belt or strap handy is a good idea. Okay, so from here now, let's just drop the head to one side. So I'm bringing my right ear towards my right shoulder. I'm going to hold it there. And then from here, just let the arms again wrap behind the back. I'm going to take hold of by the elbow again. But just really work into the left side of the neck, and then just let the chin drop down towards the chest a little, and then just bringing it back up, looking forwards, and then again dropping down, and again looking forwards. Good. Let the right hand now drop to the ground, just next to the right leg. Left hand reaches away. You're pushing into the heel of the hand, spreading the fingers. One more breath. And releasing the arm down. Let the chin drop to the chest, roll to the spine, and slowly come up from there. Let's do that on the other side. Left ear over towards the left shoulder. Again, I'll just put my arms behind the back, opening again across the chest. Deep breath in and out. And then again, I'm going to just let the right arm reach out to the side, pressing into the heel of the hand. My left hand is on the ground now, and just letting the chin drop down, lifting up, and then again, relaxing again the arm down, let the chin roll round towards the chest, and then just take your time as you come all the way up. Okay, from here we'll come over onto our backs now. We're taking legs up the wall. So this is, I find, a really nice one to do postnatally. It's helpful to do it postnatally. We're going to take, because it's restorative, so restoring energy, and we're going to put the pelvis into a little bit of a posterior tilt. This is a really nice respite for anyone that's got a prolapsed organs. That could be bladder or uterus. Just gives them a little bit of respite from the dragging feeling they might get if the prolapse is really quite significant. It's all significant, but that tends to be a word that's used for this. Okay, so I've got a little bit of space between the wall and my props, and that's so the lower half of my pelvis can kind of rest down into that space there. That tends to feel quite nice. It also gives a little bit of space for the hamstrings to stretch out. If my bum's right against the wall, it doesn't give much space for the hamstrings to lengthen out. It's okay if you're super flexible, but most people, when they've just had baby, are not feeling super flexible. Okay, so we're going side on. This is never elegant when you come into this. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. So coming down, and then from here, just bringing legs up the wall. At the moment, the props are just under my back. I'm just going to adjust them a little bit so they're a little bit lower down. That's it. So it's just under my sacrum now. You can always get her into this position and then take the prop to place the prop underneath the hips as well. Just do whatever you think's easiest. So the legs are resting up the wall. Arms are resting back at 2 right angles. Shoulders relaxing down from there, palms facing up. If this is too much on the shoulders, so if the hands don't reach the floor, for example, you can either place something under the hands to support them, or if you don't have any more props available, just let the arms rest down by your side. That way we don't strain the shoulders. So this is great for circulation, especially if she's had surgery. Really good to improve that circulation post surgery. I've got a support for my lower back, and the way I've put the prop is sending the pelvis into a little bit of a posterior tilt. So really nice if there's any prolapse going on. Okay, now we're going to change it up a little bit, placing the feet flat to the wall. And then from here, I'm pressing the feet into the wall as I lift the hips off the prop. And then I'm rolling it back down. So it's an exhale, lift. And an inhale down. Exhale again to lift. And an inhale to lower. Exhale. Inhale down. Good. So it's nice and therapeutic on the back. It's great for the pelvic floor and also helping the ability of the lumbar spine, as I mentioned. Okay, one more. Breath out up, inhale down, and then you can either just rest the legs back up if she's finding that feels nice and just staying there. For some people, if they stay too long, they do start to feel a little bit of pins and needles or numbness in the toes. So we certainly wouldn't encourage her to stay there if she's experiencing that. Okay, so again, you've got the option of staying there longer if that works for you or her. The last posture we're going to do will be on our backs. So just coming out of that nice and slowly, rolling onto the side. And then from here, just coming up to sitting so we can set ourselves up. So we want a bolster underneath the knees for this. Just to support the back. So although this is going under the knees, it will help support the back by allowing the pelvis to tip back a little bit. And then we've got a cushion for the head. We've got an eye pillow that could go over the eyes as well. We probably won't need the blocks now, so I'll put those out of the way. So coming down nice and carefully, using your arms for support. And then just allowing the head to relax down onto some padding. The hands can just rest down onto the area of the womb. My hands are in yoni mudra. Shoulders are just relaxed down into the floor. If she's not ready to have her hands there yet, we can just have them resting on the floor, of course. Slow, deep breath in. And a slow, deep breath out. So what I like to do is just start at the top and work our way down. So let's, to begin with, allow the face to relax. So the jaw, we've done a little bit of release work on the jaw with lion breath. Let's take that a little bit further now by just releasing the lower jaw away from the upper jaw, taking the tips of your first two fingers, your peace fingers, and giving the joints of the jaw a little bit of a rub. Just a nice release. Slow, deep breathing. You might be quite surprised just how tight it is in there. Once you've done that, again, just release the hands back down. Start to breathe into the chest. Feel the chest expand as you inhale and exhale. Ribs expanding. Abdomen softening. Hips relaxed on the floor. Take again a full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Allow the arms to just rest heavy. Again, they are completely relaxed. Legs are heavy as well. Feet and toes completely relaxed. I always find relaxation interesting because you assume the position, you tell yourself to relax and you think that's it. But what I notice is the deeper you get into it, the more you can let go. And it's quite amazing the amount of tension we start with, even though we look like we're relaxing, and how much you can release by the end of it. And you'll notice when it's letting go, because everything, you'll just get a softer feeling. Your energy is softer, the body is softer. Now just allowing now the whole body to relax, whole body to soften. If the mind starts to wander, we just bring thoughts back to the breath. There is healing in the laying of that. There is healing in the laying on of hands, in the letting go of fear, in asking for help, in silence, celebration, prayer. There is healing in speaking the truth and in keeping still, in seeking sunlight and not shunning struggle. Laughter and the affirmation of wholeness hold their own healing. When the soul dances, when the day begins in delight, when the love grows and cannot be contained, when life flows from moment to moment, healing happens in the space between thoughts and the breath before the first sung note. Healing is a birthright and a grace when we dare to be open to the unknown, when we extend ourselves in caring, when we welcome in the vast expanse of life. Healing comes from the heart and blossoms from the inside out. That was called Healing, and it's by Dana Folds. Again, your client can stay in Shavasana for as long as she can, or as long as the session is lasting, or there's no limit to that. And sometimes I let that take over the session. If a client's very upset or really having a bad day, I might start with that, and then we'll move into a little bit of movement. So you don't have to do the relaxation at the end. Sometimes it's nice to start with it. So just be open to change. The movements we've gone through today and the breath we've gone through today will help your mums. I've done sessions like this many times. They're mums that are really having a challenging day, and then they can just draw a line under it in the evening and just start afresh the next day. But not every day is the day to be progressing in yoga practice. It just doesn't work like that. So, but if you're bringing your client up after a few minutes, you get her to bend the legs, really take her time, roll onto the side, use her hands to press into the hands to bring herself up. And with the eyes closed or half closed, we could just rub the hands together. And then with the hands nice and warm, we just let the hands rest onto the closed eyes, let the head bow down. This is just so it feels a little bit more abrupt, coming back round after that nice relaxation. And then just allowing the hands to release all the way down as you slowly open the eyes. Namaste.